What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Anycubic Kobra S1. So we're going to get my initial thoughts and impressions on this printer. A lot of you have been asking me to take a look. I haven't been paid at all. The only money I'm getting is from, of course, YouTube ads and any affiliate links from Amazon below. Now, this is not going to be a full review. I don't have enough hours, or I won't have enough hours on the printer. This is just my initial thoughts and impressions. I will go ahead and post a full review when I get to probably 200 to at least 250 hours. So let's go ahead and get this unboxed and let's take a look. Okay, so just right out of the box, overall the printer, it looks like a printer. What can I say? I like the new Core XY, like kind of sleek designs. You know, when you open it up, you get this thing that tells you to like download the software or the Amazon. Let me see. It says scan with the Amazon shopping app to learn more. I don't know, just some info card. Get rid of that. You have the manual, of course, and you get the box that you normally do with any sort of like goodie. So we have looks like an activated carbon filter for air filtering. Just some PLA. You know, they never give you enough, so if you order a 3D printer, make sure you get PLA. Some Allen wrenches, the power cord. What's this? Like some sort of nozzle cleaning module. We got a spare, or for the spool holder, we got some lubricant that tells you not to eat. I don't think that's what you would do with it, but anyway. Let's see, that's just random. And then we got the spool holder, it looks like. And we got just like a jump drive. And I believe this is for just like nozzle cleaning. So that's what comes in the box. That's what's all included. So let's go ahead and start getting this packaging off. So just a few initial thoughts here. The door is plastic. I'm not opposed to that, especially with all the issues we've seen with shipping any sort of glass doors. There's been a lot of breakage in those. Same thing with the lid. It's pretty lightweight, but I think this kind of just makes it easier to store and not worried about it breaking. So it's one of the cost-cutting measures, I would say, with the cheaper printers. We'll see if we see it anywhere else in the printer, but overall, like, I think the printer looks sleek. Are you even like, I don't know, like, doesn't even matter to you? There's like some static there. It doesn't even matter to you that this is plastic. If it does, then of course this isn't the printer for you. But I don't know. I'm not opposed to plastic. I think plastic's fine. It does the job. You know, of course, you like to have like the glass like feeling, but overall, it's not doing anything for the functionality of the printer. All right, so here's the inside of the chamber. There is 3 screws you got to remove. Be sure to remove that one. That one's kind of hard to see as far as the arrow. We got to unlock the print head. Of course, just get this styrofoam out of there. I actually kind of like this design. This is where the activated carbon filter goes. So it doesn't need any screws to just come off. You just put down that clip and it just pops right off, so you can set it right inside there. So I think that's pretty easy, no screws. It's going to take you like less than 15 seconds to go ahead and do that. So we have the spool holder mounted in the back. Now this is just something that's small, but you know what? I greatly appreciate when they provide an Allen wrench that will actually go through here and allow me to 360-degree turn it. I don't know, that's something small, but I appreciate it. All right, so we are now booting up for the first time. Just gives you the basic old Anycubic. So let's see what we got. All right, so you just go ahead and do English, region, global. I'm not in China. Wi-Fi scanning. So of course you're gonna go ahead and connect to the Wi-Fi. You could skip it if you wanted. This does show that they don't have like the 5G because I actually separated my bands because it was causing me some issues. So they don't have the 5G, so keep that in mind. And yes, mine was the 501st. So we're gonna go ahead and connect here. Confirm. So far the touchscreen is pretty responsive. My small thumb just not hitting where I'm supposed to. An account, the cloud. I don't have one, so I'm gonna skip that for now. Insert the jump drive. Let me go grab that. The jump drive port is on the side, which, you know, a lot of people prefer it to be on the front. I really don't care, honestly. So we'll go ahead and insert or what they call it, the U disc. So we'll start. I guess you could have skipped it. Oh. So it's doing some calibrations. We'll come back when it is finished. Okay, so I did walk away for a second. I gave it 10 minutes and then I came back. It's about to start resonance compensation. Please place the printer smoothly and avoid sources of assonance. Man, I need a dictionary to figure this out. Anyway, I'm going to confirm this and then hopefully we're good from there. All right, so it seems like we are ready to get our first print in. So let's go ahead and see if we can start. Our first print is complete. Now, this took 43 minutes and 54 seconds. But if I'm looking, this doesn't look quite right. Let's go ahead and pull this off. Yeah, what? Like, it didn't like finish like everything. That's a little weird. So I'm gonna go ahead and already have to like, what? Did it just stop extruding? Like, what? Are we having the same issue I had? Oh my gosh. Okay, but anyway, we're gonna go ahead and try to figure this out. It is quite tangled back there, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this fixed. So right after we went ahead and fixed the tangle, we had a pretty good print. You can see the lines here on the top. Not too worried about that. That's pretty good. And as far as like the build plate, I've had no adhesion issues with the build plate. But we haven't printed like a ton. So this is only going to be my first few prints. So we have this little dinosaur here that actually came stock, printed pretty good. Then next, I printed this Yoda kind of like free print. So all the links to the STLs will be down below. I believe this one's on printables. So you can see here, there was a little bit of a failure, but I think I should have supported it in that section. It looks like there's a little bit of a free fall. Photospin is usually pretty good, but this one said it didn't need supports. We can look here. There was like an area where I thought maybe it didn't extrude properly, right? It looks a little wavy. But I think I had this filament at 205, and normally I print the Overture at like 210, 215. So that could have been in something, but overall the print still came out really good. There was a little bit of an issue there, it looks like, but nothing that hurt the print or ultimately made it fail. Next, we printed like this mythosaur like skull that you would like hang on your door or something. Overall, came out really good. If we get real close, sorry I printed in black. You can see where the layer lines are, but you know, it's the layer height. What are you gonna do? What do you expect? But overall, this is pretty clean. Like you can see, even in like the eye sockets, it looks really good. I think I might just primer this and paint it like a brown and do some wash on it or something and put this on my door. I think that'd be pretty cool. I need to make like a set, so maybe I should start hanging up on the wall because I think I'm going to start using this more often. I don't know. Let me know what you guys want to see. What do you expect out of a set or something similar? So we printed the Mythosaur skull. And lastly, we printed this pretty big baby Yoda. So this is where the supports came off. And I did everything just standard settings in the Anycubic slicer. Everything came out really good. And also everything was printing faster than it said. You can see maybe there was some sort of like, I guess, like some sort of string like layer. I don't know. It still looks okay. It was pretty hot in my garage as well. Mini splits being installed today, so super hyped about that. But yeah, overall, all the prints came out really good. I don't really know how much more you're going to ask for, especially if you're painting, priming, filling, doing all that with your prints. All right, so let's wrap this up by talking about my positives and my negatives with the Kobra S1. All right, so my first positive is actually when you're loading materials. I know it's in the back, which that's actually a negative, is that the spool holder's in the back, so you have to reach around back there, right? Everyone says that in every single video, that if the spool holder's in the back, it's a negative. I agree, but realistically, if you put it on the side, you're losing space regardless of where you go. They just really need to give you the option somehow of like, hey, you can mount it here, you can mount it here. I don't know, that's just a suggestion for 3D print companies. But regardless, what I was getting into, the positive is when you're loading filament, it's really easy to load in. Like and also when you're retracting filament and taking out, it doesn't require it to be cut. It just heats it up, pushes it out. Like it's relatively easy, at least at least to me, to load new filament in this machine. Another thing is this thing is fast. So I only printed with Anycubic's standard settings, right? So I love to look at things or at least in the perspective of someone has no idea about 3D printing. How are they going to use this machine, right? You're going to load something up and it's just going to be stock settings. You're going to hit slice and you're just going to print it. So that's the way I personally like to view these things in ease of use. Uh, I think that the machine is, first off, it is fast. So we're looking at right here for this Baby Yoda or Grogu, right? You Star Wars fans who want to get really particular. It says it was going to take 11 hours and 39 minutes. It actually finished with a print time of 19 hours and 19 minutes. So it finished really quick and it was ahead of schedule. Outside of that, the Anycubic software, I believe it's pretty good. So all of these 3D print companies, right? It's a negative that they have proprietary software. You want to, they're forcing you into their slicer, all that jazz. But I get it. Like they want to create an ecosystem, and you know what? If their software developers know, like, hey, this maybe was an issue, and Orca rolled it out, they have no control over fixing Orca's issues. So with that being said, I uploaded these all with like just standard supports. So I uploaded all of these with just standard supports. This is the first slicer I've seen to have gyroid infill or gyroid, however you say it, as the standard. That should be standard on every one, right? It's not using like your typical squares or anything. Perfect, right? And that maybe that sped up the 3D print. I don't know, whatever. You know, I'm not like a speedster when it comes to 3D printing, but overall, right? The software in the Anycubic slicer I thought was really good. Kept it at the gyroid setting. You know, the only thing I changed was like the infill. I changed it to 8% versus the 15%. And everything was good. You can monitor your 3D printer through the app and also on your phone. I'm recording with my phone, so I can't really show you, but I'll try to show it up here on the screen. It's actually pretty good. You can cancel your print. You know, I didn't realize how much I missed that with another machine that I was using where I didn't have a way to monitor the prints. Now, you know, is that a big deal to a lot of people? If you work from home and you're actively monitoring your 3D printer, maybe not, but I like just being able to hop on my phone, click the app, you know, see if there's a spaghetti mess, and it works. And lastly, just nowadays, as far as another positive is it's easy to set up, right? I think this took me a max of like 20-25 minutes, and that was including unboxing time, and you're up to printing. Like there's I mean, really, that's how it should be nowadays. You shouldn't have, you know, it shouldn't take you over an hour to set up a 3D printer now, I believe, if you're buying one. But this was ready to go in less than 30 minutes. Now let's go to the negatives. Now, I really was struggling here because it is a new machine. I don't have that many hours on it. Actually, let me check how many hours I have. All right, I guess I couldn't find out a way on here to see how many hours I had. But actually navigating the touchscreen, this is another positive real quick before I get into the, you know, the rest of the negatives is it's really easy to navigate this touch screen. I actually quite like it. It's very responsive. I didn't have any issues. You know, you can still adjust it where you want. So if you needed more room on the top, and I just realized I still had a film on it. But outside of that, I really actually like the touch. I completely lost my train of thought and what I was talking about before the touchscreen, but to kind of hopefully set us back on track, nozzles. So as far as another negative, nozzles are not in stock on the Anycubic website. A way around this is on Amazon, there is some other alternative options. So you're not going to be stuck without a nozzle at least, but you do have the option to buy it there. But I don't know. I hate it when there's no nozzles available on the manufacturer's website. You know, as a beginner, where do you first go to look for a replacement nozzle if everything you've done has led you to believe that your nozzle is bad? You're going to go to the manufacturer website. You don't want to use knockoffs. So I think that's a big kick in the, you know what, to a company when, or at least like 3D printer beginners, when that happens. Now, that doesn't mean you can't use those. They're also probably way easier to get than waiting on Anycubic to ship them. So that's just one of the things there. As far as customer service, I haven't had to deal with their customer service, so I can't comment on that. I ordered my unit from Amazon just in case I needed to return it. Speaking on other negatives, the camera, it's okay. Like it does its job. It lets you monitor the prints, but that's about it. I wouldn't expect like any sort of really high quality time lapses from it or anything like that. It's honestly comparable. Like it's a little better than the Bamboo Lab A1 camera because that one is just trash. But you know, this one's it's okay. Now I really hope that I did not forget to talk about anything. Overall, I think this actually surprised me. You know, I was going to 3D printing channels and some of the larger ones had nothing on this printer or they weren't even interested in this printer. And I actually think that Anycubic has done a really good job. Now I do understand, and it's a gripe of mine that it took 2 to 3 months, I believe, for a lot of the software to be fixed on this machine. really relating to the multicolored printing, which I didn't use. I think some people are still having issues with it, but again, that wasn't my experience. I bought this machine, you know, right, 2 or 3 months after it released. I think that should start to be the norm. Don't buy machines on launch. Wait for them to fix all the kinks. Wait for suckers for me, like me, to buy them and see if it's actually worth picking up. But so far, you know, I don't want to say go ahead and pick up this printer because I don't have that many hours and I couldn't figure out find how many hours. But these prints came out good. I think I'm going to really like this printer overall. What do you guys think? I know some of you guys have it. Maybe one day I'll test out the Ace. I don't know. I just don't do much multicolor printing, but my niece is really asking me for some stuff. She likes the little fidget toys and stuff like that, so I'm probably going to give this one to her. Maybe I'll print a bigger one of this for her as well. You know, let me know what you guys think. You know, Anycubic, if you're watching, send me an Ace on over. I'll give you an honest review. Because again, guys, this was unpaid, unsponsored. I paid for this with my own money. I will leave Amazon affiliate links down below if you would like to support the channel and to the printer if you want to buy it on Amazon. You know, I use the Amazon rewards card, so I still get 5% cash back on this. So it came out pretty equal, but I think most people are going to find it cheaper to buy it on Anycubic's website or even eBay. A lot of people got good deals on eBay. But outside of that, guys, let me know what you think of the printer. I probably forgot some stuff. You know, I am just raw with my thoughts. I just speak from the mind. I only have a few notes sometimes that I jot down when I'm doing these reviews. It's everything that's fresh on the mind, what is sticking out. Overall, I really like this printer. I think it has lots of promise so far. And, you know, I think, you know, for $450, $500 with taxes, I think so far it would be a good pickup. But only time will tell when I get some more hours on this, so look for that review in another month or so. This is just my first initial impressions. But remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment down below what you want to see. I'm hopefully, you know, gonna show off my whole 3D print like area soon. I'm just installing a mini split, doing a lot of things, want to clean up, show my office and what we're working with. But outside of that, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend or the rest of your week if you're watching this during the week.